So what is the FAFSA? The FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. It's an online application that you complete. Once you complete the FAFSA, it'll tell you an estimate of what your family might have to pay for college. So this is just an estimate. It doesn't mean that is exactly what you're going to pay. It's just with FAFSA predicts that you will, but it's just an estimate. From there, this info gets sent to the schools that you applied to. So on the FAFSA, you're going to list, Cal State Fullerton, UCI, Fullerton College, so that they know who to send it to. And from that, the schools will take that FAFSA and use it to make your financial aid package. And after you get that, that's when you roughly know how much you'll actually have to pay for a school. But that's the purpose of the FAFSA is, from there, they're going to tell you how much you can get in terms of financial aid from the government, financial aid from California, and then how much you're expected to pay. And then the California DREAM Act works similarly, but it's for students who are not U.S. citizens. So for undocumented students, they cannot apply to the FAFSA, so they cannot receive federal student aid, but they do receive state student aid. So they can still get financial aid help through the California DREAM Act. So it would be coming from California and not the government, but they can still do that way. So what kind of is the difference? So FAFSA is for students who are U.S. citizens. You would just need your social security number and your parents' tax information for this year. It was for the year 2019, but that changes every year. And then the California DREAM Act is again for students who are not U.S. citizens. So you need to have graduated from a U.S. high school and again need your parents' tax information. For both of these, your parents do not need to be U.S. citizens to complete either of them. It just depends on whether you have U.S. citizenship, but again, you have options for if you do or if you don't. So that's the difference between them, or roughly the difference between them. So what about the other forms of financial aid? There are scholarships, grants, and loans that help you pay for school. So school can be expensive, but there's a lot of different ways that you can pay for it. Scholarships can come from a lot of different sources. Grants typically come from the FAFSA. So when you fill out, that's kind of what the government money is, grants. So you'll get that information from the FAFSA. And then loans come from also like scholarships, a couple of different sources. So if you still feel like after you got your scholarships and your financial aid, you still need some money to help you pay for school, that's when you would turn to loans.